Hey guys, here's the overview video of the all-new HD1. Now you guys have been asking for a non-Smith machine version from us for a long time now, and if you've been to the California showroom over the past year, you've kind of seen prototypes of this evolving over time into what it is now. Well, it's here and it's done, and in typical Blaze fashion, when we build something, we wanted it to be the absolutely best option on the market for its price, and we think we absolutely crushed that goal. I personally don't think there's a better option out there when you're looking at a cable and squat rack combo, and if you guys find anything better for this price, put it in the comments below so we can all check it out. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the specs for the squat rack and the cable system portion. The rack itself is going to be 7.5 feet tall, which gives you more room for your pull-ups and your cable system. All the uprights and framing is going to be 3x3, 11 gauge with 1-inch holes, and that's now the kind of the universal standard. So if you want to buy attachments from other companies and move them around, use them on your rack, those are the specs you're going to want to look for. When it comes to the cables, we did 2-to-1 on the adjustable trolleys. So 2-to-1 is a lot smoother, and that's kind of what you want to use for all the accessory movements, stuff like that. And then for like a compound lift, like a lat pull down, this is the lat pull down tower we built in, so you don't see this every day. This brings the lat pull down directly overhead, so you're not pulling at an angle anymore. It's kind of my pet peeve that when you're like doing lat pull downs off of here, you're pulling at an angle and it's not kind of the same motion. So here, you're pulling directly overhead, so you're getting proper form on the lat pull down. And then we did a 1-to-1 pulley system up there, so you're going to be able to use the full 200-pound stack, directly overhead, having a heavy lat pull down, and then you're going to get the chair that comes with it that'll hold you down. So that's pretty much covers the cable system. We did different ratios on purpose. This is what you want for accessory movements. That's what you want for a heavy compound lift. Okay, so now I want to point out all the additional extras that are included with the machine. A lot of times you'd be looking at a rack and then you'll see weight stack upgrade, pull-up bar upgrade, the list kind of goes on. We wanted to get rid of all that and just include the main things you're going to want with the machine included with the machine. So I'm going to go over a list of everything that it comes with, all the upgrades. I had to write them all down because I kept forgetting one or two things and starting over. So you get full 200-pound weight stacks on both sides. You get aluminum pulleys and then aluminum knobs. All the adjustable knobs and pins along with the handles are also all aluminum. You get 6 stainless steel plate horns, 3 on each side. You get lat pull down seat. You get lat pull down extender. You get 3 crossbars in the back, which gives you additional storage instead of 2. You could even put the lat pull down seat right back there so everything stores nicely. You get upgraded sandwich J-cups for your squats. You get safety bars included. We did multiple grip pull-up bar instead of a straight bar. That's included. You get low row plate, and that's adjustable, so low row plate included. You get accessory storage that we built in on our nameplate, so you have room to put a lot of attachments. And then we also did an accessory kit. So not only do you get, the 2 handles that'll come with the cables, but we give you a really nice lat pull down bar that's aluminum curl bar, close grip row, tricep rope, 2 aluminum D handles, and then even an assisted pull-up strap, which I'll show you when we go over the pull-up bar in more detail. And you get all that on an upgraded 7.5-foot rack instead of 7 feet. So when you compare all those upgrades to, another comparable brand that has a 3x3 frame with 1-inch hole 11 gauge, you'll see when you do apples to apples how much value we put on this thing, and it's very hard to compare against this. So now I'm going to go and take you a little bit closer, and we'll go over the pull-up bar and the lat pull down in more detail, and I'll show you some videos and get a little bit closer for you guys. All right, so here's a clip of the lat pull down station so you can see the plane of motion from the proper angle. And you'll notice we did do this on both sides, mostly for aesthetic purposes, but what I will say is sometimes I'll run into a scenario with a taller user where they desire more range of motion on a tricep, especially with a rope. If you are taller, you can find yourself kind of running out of range of motion on trolleys. So now you could make this a dedicated tricep station. You can leave a rope or a bar up there, and that's kind of a good utility for this extra pop-out, dedicated tricep station. But the main reason for these pop-outs is definitely going to be the lat pull-down. Generally on a rack like this, you're going to be doing lat pull-downs off of the front, off of the cable trolley, and you're pulling at an angle. So that's not proper form. We really wanted to do this. So now you have a cable directly overhead, and you get full range of motion. There's plenty of room up there. If you're a taller user, you're not going to bottom out. And we paired all that with a 1-to-1 cable ratio, so you get full use of the 200-pound stack directly overhead, lat pull-down seat included, and that's pretty much as good as it gets for a lat pull-down on a rack like this. All right, so here's your upgraded pull-up bar, and even if you can't do a pull-up, stick with me and I'll show you how you can. We already thought about that and included it on the machine. But when it comes to the pull-up bar, I really like this one because it has almost every grip you could ever want. On the front of it, you have the traditional wide grip with the bent angle, which is easier on the wrists. On the back side, we did the same thing, but a fat grip version, which is going to hit more of your forearms. And then on the inside, you have all these different angles to play with. Like this angle right here, that's going to work more the brachialis, the outside of the arm. And then if you flip this way and work from the inside, that's going to hit more of the peak, the inside of the bicep. Then you have your hammer curl here, and then my personal favorite, which is this wide neutral grip. This really helps to isolate the lats. And then if you guys can't do a pull-up yet, this is one of the most popular accessories we sell in the store, and we really wanted to include it here. So this comes with your machine, and if you guys do assisted pull-ups in the gym on that machine, it's pretty much what you have built in on your rack right here. So we're going to put this belt from pulley to pulley, and then let's say you want to take off 100 pounds of body weight. You just put that on the weight stacks. Right now I have about 80 pounds. Normally you'd step off a bench to the strap to make it easier. I'm just hopping on to demonstrate really quick. But now you have pull-ups, taking 80 pounds off my body weight, pretty much assisted pull-up machine built in on your rack, and this is a really cool pull-up bar. You have almost every angle you would ever want to play with. Okay, so for the low row, we weren't able to put a 1-to-1 down here, even though we did try. It was too much going on to have 3 different cables running on such a small machine, and we thought the priority was to put the 1-to-1 up top so you can get the lat pull down that fixes the alignment issue. So down here, the workaround is if you are very strong, we designed a couple of adder pins that fit the machine perfectly. This is a prototype, but it'll be on the website in stainless steel very shortly. So if you are stronger, that's just the easy solution. Everything works perfect down here, and if you need more weight, this will go through the weight stack and you can add a couple more plates. And you'll only have to use it pretty much on this movement. But for most people, this weight is going to be perfectly fine, and that's why the outer pins are optional. And everything down here works really well. If you are very tall, this plate's adjustable so it can come out further as well. Okay, so the last thing I want to touch on is the cable ratios, because a lot of people are missing stuff here. Most people think the difference between 2-to-1 and 1-to-1 ratio is just that one's heavier and one's lighter, but there's a lot of other factors. 2-to-1, not only is it smoother, but you can move a lot faster with the cable without the weight stack jumping on you, and the cable can move twice as far, so you can run out with this thing, you can do sports performance movements, and you can just be more explosive with the 2-to-1 than you can with a 1-to-1. So I'm going to demonstrate that here. I'm going to pull fast on the 2-to-1, I'm going to pull fast on the 1-to-1, and you guys watch the weight stacks and see what they do. So I'll just do a core rotation here, which is kind of like a standard explosive movement that you would want to do. So the weight stack doesn't jump and pull me back, and that's where if it was a 1-to-1, the weight stack would jump and you would see me jerk back, but it's a lot more smooth and fluid on a 2-to-1. So you'll see when I pull on the 1-to-1, see how the weight jumps? So the reaction on speed doesn't really work on a 1-to-1, and that's why if you're trying to do explosive movements, it wouldn't be beneficial to just put a 1-to-1 here and use that for everything. It's a lot more beneficial to have separate cable ratios, and that's why we did that. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I had to go back and add this part in because I don't want to make the 1-to-1 look bad. So 1-to-1 definitely has its purpose, and it definitely works the way that it should when you're using it properly. So when you're going slow and you're going heavy, that's where this thing shines, like a lat pull down. You just wouldn't want to do it for something like an explosive movement or something where you need more cable travel. So let's give an example of if you have the cable here and you're on the ground and you're doing an ab crunch, a 2-to-1 will take you all day long wherever you want to go because it has more travel. For every 1 foot that can go, this can go 2 feet. So that guy can't even make it all the way to the ground. So I hope that clears all that up. You know, they both have their purpose and they both work well when you're using them properly. And I think that's it for the video. If you guys have any other questions, just let us know. Thanks for watching.